Yo, what's good, everybody? This your boy 005 Dynasty. I am back with another video, and we're going to continue talking about the MPC XL, the MPC Live Mark III, the whole Akai line, basically. I just did an article just now, deep diving. I did a deep dive on the internet, and I was comparing the older generation MPCs to the current generation MPCs, and which ones did a better job at creating hit records or timeless classical pieces of music. So that article is going to be up on medium.com within like the next day or so, okay? Just be on the lookout for that. But guys, my mindset is totally different from you guys' mindset. The way I think is way different, man. I see that. I see it in the way that you talk. I see it in the way that you comment to me online. And if somebody makes a comment and they're one of the peoples that I allowed the comment to go through, so I respected their approach when it came to my YouTube channel. But then if they kind of like start to like go against what I'm saying, I'll just put them back on their comment needs to be approved again. But before I do that, I might check out your YouTube channel just to see what you're about. And what I've noticed is that the men on this earth say one thing, but they're doing the total opposite, and they don't even know it. That's the trickiest part. A lot of these men are brainwashed by the next man. They don't know that they're brainwashed, but they are. But when you say that they're brainwashed, they don't understand what you mean, because they're doing what they think they're not doing. That's the trippy part. So guys, a lot of people keep trying to tell me that the current generation MPC units have more processing power, more RAM, which makes them better than the previous pieces of gear that have come out from Akai. And because of the processing power, they could move faster and do a lot more tasks. So it makes them more efficient in their workflow. And that is what's supposed to be justifying the money that they spend on their equipment and justifying their thought process on saying, this is the reason why I got it. This is the reason why I got it. Meanwhile, history has shown and proven, and you guys can read the article, that the previous generations of the MPC Akai line has proven to put out smash hit records, timeless classical pieces of music in hip hop, reggae, R&B, and so forth. Reggaeton, like so forth, dub, whatever genre that was using those pieces of equipment to even start out their genres, even before the MPC line even knew what direction it was even going to go into. People was making hits on it because of the sound of the device and the quality of music that it exported out of it once you put your samples and stuff into it. I don't think you guys understand what the MPC unit is designed to do. You guys literally say, oh, I don't want to do the clickety with the mouse to make beats. I want to use the MPC that has the swing to it. That was a comment that I got. So if you want to use the you don't want to use the clickety and you want to use the MPC for the swing, well then you're dependent on the MPC. You're dependent on it. You don't even know how to create the swing on your own inside of a digital audio workstation, and you don't know how to create the swing on your own because you're not a real drummer. So you're depending on the MPC. That's the reason why you made that comment. That's kind of crazy to me. But the MPC is sample-based music production. You take a sample, you put it into the machine, you do what you do with the sample, and you export it out. You guys, on the other hand, turned the MPC unit into a computer, and you're lying about it, making it seem like it's not a computer. So technically, You do want to do the clickety, clickety, click because you're asking for more RAM, more processing power, more memory, more plugins. The MPC was not designed to use plugins. Its original intent did not use plugins, guys. I could be wrong. You point me in the right direction and tell me there was plugins that was being used in the older MPCs. Because I don't own them. I never owned them. But when I was in the studio with the MPC 60, MPC 2000, all those producers back in the days, they was loading up the sample and they was making the beat, and I didn't see them using any plugins. Like, oh, I gotta use this Fabric XL plugin. I didn't see that happening. You know what I'm saying? And they was making dope beats that knocked the analog to digital conversion, and from the digital to analog conversion on those machines was very, very solid. They had that oomph to it. So the MPC line is basically you take a small sample, that file size is but so big, you put it in and you become the creative force behind the beat and the musical production. Now you guys want the device to do all the work for you. You want the device to put the swing in there for you. You want the device to do optimization for you. You want the device to like put VSTs, the option for VSTs and plugins, so that when you play out your little riffs on there, then you could put 30,000 plugins on it to try to make it sound good. You got like 4 instances of this and that and this and that. That's a computer. So you guys are mentally lost. You're saying you want this. You're saying you don't want that. You're saying I want this. I don't want that. But you're not. You don't make any sense. You're getting this. You're getting this and you're getting that because you want this and you want that. But you say you don't want it. It's like saying I don't want to work on a computer. But you asking Akai to put a computer in a small form factor. That doesn't make any sense. How do you say you don't want to do the clickety-clickety, you don't want to do the mouse and keyboard working inside of a DAW on a computer, but you're telling Akai to put the computer inside of the MPC? That's contradiction. So you guys are walking contradictions, man. You don't even understand what these devices are actually used for or what they were intended to be used for. So now you force yourself to say, I gotta get the newest MPC because it has the best processors or whatever, and the most RAM, and it's the most powerful. I have to get it in order to make music, or in order to be efficient enough to make music where I don't have any problems when it comes to lagging and this and that, right? But who was complaining about lagging in the past when he was making hit records? I'm kind of confused on that. I mean, limitations is not negative. Limitations just forces you to work, and you guys don't really want to work. You guys don't want to understand the device that you're on and overcome the limitations. If you can't put 30,000 plugins inside this little box that's not built for multi-purpose use like a real computer, then you have to figure out workarounds like the people back in the days that was working on rock songs, that was working on reggae songs, working on hip-hop songs, working on reggaeton songs, working on dubstep, using this stuff, working on trance, working on techno music, using these forms of equipment. They have to do the workarounds, but you guys are lazy. You want everything given to you, like spontaneously, and you beg the company to do it, and they can only do but so much before they have to really reinvent and become engineers again and really tear down the whole core structure of the MPC and redo it from the ground up to really put in the technology that really needs to be in there for it to really be next gen. What you have right now is not next gen. It's a copy and clone of the previous device with a little more spec boost because they purposely designed it like that. They limited the device just so when you keep begging and you keep begging and you keep begging for something to be put in there, they can say, oh, wait, we got next gen, we did it now. Meanwhile, they could have put those specs in there 10, 15 years ago, man. But you so blind. I don't understand other people's minds. You so blind and brainwashed, and to me, I think a lot of you guys are just dumb. You can't get it. So I'll break it down for you, man. Right now. I'm going to break it down for you right now. Tell me what beat that you're going to make on the MPC XL that the MPC One Plus cannot do.